Here come the Duke Blue Devils, led by Zion Williamson. His first appearance at the Garden, taking on Texas Tech. This is the ACC on ESPN. Hi again, everyone. Bob Wischusen here with Dick Vitale. Holly Rowe will join us in just a moment. And Dickie V, when the Garden is packed to the rafters, as it is tonight, this is a very special place to be. Could there be a bigger Broadway-style attraction than Zion Williamson?
Well, Zion's really come to town. Zion the King here in New York City right now. A terrific talent. One of the most unique players that I've seen during my 40 years at ESPN. Not saying the best, but unique. 6'7", 285, very agile. The guy's got great mobility. I'll tell you one thing, he's got a partner as well, R.J. Barrett, who's super. And let me say this, Texas Tech, they lead the nation in defense. They only allow 52 points a game. I think something's got to give, the tempo of the game.
And then the ball's up. It's like you've done this before.
All right, buddy.
Well, they say if you make it here, you can make it anywhere. And Zion Williamson is playing in his first game in Madison Square Garden, and that has created a huge splash in New York City. Look at the Post. He is back page coverage of the Post. Huge spread about Duke and a blue Christmas. You know that there is a star power here for this young man because so many people have come out to see him. Not a single seat is left available here in this building. NBA stars have come to town just to watch him play, but it's not just him. It's R.J. Barrett, it's Trey Jones, it's Cam Reddish. This fab freshman four is creating quite a bit of buzz in New York City. Not something easy to do.
For the singing of our national anthem, performed tonight by Joseph Ambrosi.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
There is a buzz in New York City, and when Madison Square Garden is sold out for a big event, it just feels different in the Big Apple. Well, when number 2 Duke comes to town to take on Texas Tech tonight, there is every bit the buzz you would imagine at the world's most famous arena. This is the ACC on ESPN, and it is the first trip to Madison Square Garden for Zion Williamson. Hi again, everyone. Bob Wischusen here with Dick Vitale. Holly Rowe will join us in just a minute. This is a fun place to be. Your first chance to see Zion Williamson and this group of 4 tremendous Duke freshmen in person.
Well, you know, Bob, there's certain magical moments you look forward to, and I've been excited about this moment. I can't believe I'm going to lay eyes on Zion, who's been the toast of New York City and basically the toast of the nation. A very unique and an extraordinary talent. Not the best talent I've ever seen come into the collegiate ranks, but his unbelievable abilities, agility, mobility is so special. On the other side, Texas Tech brings in the #1 defense in terms of allowing points and field goal percentage in the nation. Something's got to give. Great offense against great defense. I'm excited. I can't wait, Bob.
And Holly, there is a big event buzz about this game tonight.
Well, you know how hard it is to make a splash in New York City where they have famous events happening all the time? How about this? On the very back page of the New York Post, already some information about Zion Williamson. People are so excited to watch him play. A huge section devoted to this Duke basketball team and these fab freshmen that are coming in. It's not just Zion Williamson, it's RJ Barrett, it's Trey Jones, it's Cam Reddish. It is their debut here in the Garden, a place that if they all have great pro careers, they'll play many times. They said they want A, win, B, show out.
Tell you one thing, Holly's right on the money. It's not just Zion. RJ Barrett may be the best. He may be #1 taken in the NBA draft. They may have 3 players in the top 5 if you factor in Reddish as well, and that's certainly odd and unique.
Against a Red Raider team that wants games like this and a coach that wants games like this. This is a group, granted a different cast last season, that went to the Elite 8, but there is the DNA in this Texas Tech program to rise up and play well in games like this.
Well, they got their winning mentality. Notice how they take a lot of time off that shot clock, got it down to 5. Trying to shorten the game a little bit. Nice cut.
There's Williamson with the first projection of the night.
What great timing right there by Zion.
Straightaway jumper. A little too strong for Cam Reddish.
I think it's very important the first 4-minute segment that they hang with Duke. Duke's so explosive. They want spurts that are unreal.
Garrett Culver can't hit the 3. Way up for the rebound is Zion Williamson. Throws one away though at midcourt.
Culver's an interesting case. He's from Lubbock, and his stock keeps going up and up and up. He is now challenging in one of the NBA drafts that I saw that he's potentially a first-round pick. Second-year player, came off the bench, was really good last year on their Elite 8 team.
Duke with the 4 freshmen, and Gavin DeLaurier starting. DeLaurier has been tremendous over the last 4 games, 15 of 17 from the field. Here's Culver, missed the bunny.
He made a great move, but he was anticipating a shot block, and it really altered his shot at the end. Duke leads the nation in block shots. Watch this right here. He makes a terrific move, the Euro move, but then he anticipated a little bit of a shot block, and he lost control. He's a good player. You can see his agility and his driving ability right there. They've really been dominant early in the year. Let me tell you, I know they haven't played a whole lot of super teams, but they dominated a very good Nebraska team. Beat them by 18.
And Reddish heads to the bench being looked at by the training staff. Looks like he was poked in the eye. So he will be replaced by Jack White. Laurier keeps it alive. The back tap past White. Culver ends up on the scorer's table but couldn't save it.
Take a look at Reddish. Certainly an outstanding talent. He was rated #3 in terms of Paul Biancardi and all the ratings. Had the 1, 2, and 3 players. Never been done before in terms of coming out of high school.
Williamson breaks the ice.
Can't teach that. Look at his foot speed. I'm telling you one thing, 285 and his agility. Somebody asked me, who does he remind you of? And I say this very affectionately because I loved Charles Barkley when he was a player. A lot of Charles Barkley I see in him. Big, strong, physical, and great bounce off the floor. Shot selection really big. You got to get good shots against Duke, but you got to make them count.
Shot clock down to 5. Davide Moretti with a shot fake. Gets rejected. Here comes Trey Jones with the reverse.
Block shots like a turnover in transition. He told me before the game, Chris Beard, we got to avoid the block shot and make sure they don't get layups. And right there, they got a layup off the block shot. Jones very underrated in terms of because of the great stature of the people in front of him.
Fumbling it and losing it was Lawrence Odiase.
Only average 11 turnovers a game, and really that number even be less because you get some teams that put the subs in. He told me for the game we really turned it over about 8 or 9 times.
Culver lost it out of bounds. Thought he was bumped by Zion Williamson. And talking to Mike Krzyzewski before the game, he talked about the tremendous chemistry that the 4 freshmen have beyond what he would expect from 4 young guys that had never met before outside of a group chat before they came to play their first year here at Duke. As by the way, they did reverse the call, and it is going to go to Texas Tech.
Tell you one thing, it all starts with the leadership of him on the sideline. I think he's proven to many he's a great, great coach. His record is unbelievable. Most wins, Olympic gold. He's done it all, man. He's coached every kind of player from LeBron James down. Turning the ball over too
taken away
much.
by Barrett.
Turning the ball over too much.
Finger roll for R.J. Barrett.
He's a big-time talent, that type of dandy. I saw him as a sophomore, Bob, on a high school game, and I was in awe when I saw Barrett. I was talking to him about that before the game.
Another steal. This one from Trey Jones. He'll lob it. Finishes.
Up and away. Oh, T.O., baby. Oh, they need a T.O.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds and come back to the Garden. Zion Williamson, thundering dunk a moment ago.
Well, you know, it's their defense that's really created all the scores, all the turnovers, and they know how to finish with the unbelievable lob. Just throw it up there, and it's automatic for Zion. I'm going to tell you, their defense is so effective. They're probably, I think there's one other team in the nation, according to Kemp Pomeroy, that ranks in a top 10, both offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency, and that's Duke.
Texas Tech has had the ball 7 times. They've missed 4 shots and turned it over 3 times, and now dealing with a little 3-quarter court pressure.
Well, now it makes you have to play a little faster pace.
Culver attacks, and there's a flush.
That's a great move
that
right
gets
there.
the Red Raiders on the board.
He missed an earlier one, but you can see he has that tremendous aggressive attacking ability. They needed that basket badly.
Williamson.
Don't let him do that. Don't let him do it. He's going to have to prove that he can make that shot.
Mooney straight away. Yes.
That was big. He's a veteran player. He was a star at South Dakota, 5th-year player. Tariq Owens, also a 5th-year player, came from St. John's. A timeout was good for them to settle down a little bit.
Barrett can't answer. Kyler Edwards lost it. Trying to find it again. Tied up by White. And we'll step aside as Texas Tech answers with 5 straight.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Volkswagen. Come in for a test drive during the Volkswagen Drive to Decide event. And McDonald's.
Might have been the best season ever in Texas Tech basketball history last year. 27-10, losing in their first Elite Eight. They lose Keenan Evans, they lose Zaire Smith, Justin Gray, Zach Smith, great role players as well. But this season, with a couple of grad transfers and Tariq Owens and Matt Mooney, and also the emergence of Jarrett Culver, they are off to the best start they have had in the modern era at 10-0, and they have reached number 12 in the AP poll, setting themselves up for a heavyweight matchup tonight with Duke. And Chris Beard, what a job he has done as the shot clock goes under 10 for his Red Raiders. And Culver looks to go to work. Down to 5. Owens has to put one up. The teardropper's in and out.
They got to get a good game out of Owens. He's got to block some shots inside. He's a terrific shot blocker. Led the Big East last year at St. John's.
Barrett across the lane. And Owens has the rebound.
Owens had a great game against Duke. They beat Duke last year, St. John's. He had 17 points, 4 rebounds, and a blocked shot.
Culver lobs it. Owens gathers.
Lob was tough for him to handle.
And a tough pass for Culver. And it's another Red Raider turnover.
Can't turn the ball over against this team.
Reddish, offensive foul.
Well, it's quite a compliment to this Texas Tech team. Chris Beard said he is so grateful that Mike Krzyzewski scheduled this game. He said, the very first year I got the head job here, we reached out to Duke. We kept reaching out. And finally, after an Elite Eight run, they heard back from Coach Krzyzewski, and Coach Krzyzewski said, hey, I think Chris Beard is a really good coach. We respect what they did. These are 2 Elite Eight teams. And we wanted a team that there was a lot of interest that would help us fill up this garden, and I think they have. There are a ton of Red Raider fans in the house, including Trey Young and his dad, who went to Texas Tech. They're here supporting the Raiders as well.
Well, the stars have shown out to watch Duke, no question, but Chris Beard building the DNA of a winner. As Owens will gather with 5 to shoot again.
Most of all, he would have had a layup right there because of Williamson. He threw the ball back out to the perimeter.
Another turnover, though, shot clock violation.
I don't think people give that Duke defense enough credit. We hear about their explosive offense, but defensively, these kids have really bought in and are playing excellent team defense. Communication. Holly was talking earlier. We had a meeting with Coach K. I was looking at Trey right there, Young. They were definitely talking about communication. He said, we do that all the time. We tried to teach them to communicate on the floor, to talk to each other. Trey Young's father was one heck of a player when he played for the Red Raiders. They probably said, how come you didn't send your son to us?
Williamson lost control on the way up and is called for an offensive foul as Moretti stood his ground.
It's going to be important that these kids build up that attitude, and we can definitely play with them. He's going to lower the shoulder. Defense rotates over, no doubt about it. What a tight end he can be. I was on Michael K's show, and I said, what a tight end. Think the Giants would like to have him play tight end?
Whoa.
The Jets, okay.
Okay, thank you.
You and your boy Sam the man.
Thanks for correcting that. I appreciate it. Bob Schusen, Dick Vitale, Holly Rowe here at the Garden. 8 straight for Duke to start. A 5 spot after a Texas Tech timeout to answer. Been a bit sloppy, and it gets sloppier for Culver, but he's able to score.
And he stayed with it. He stayed with it. Hung in there. Boy, do they block shots. I can see why they lead the nation. Duke block shots.
Jones knocks it down with Moretti all over him.
Big-time player. His brother certainly was outstanding, especially in the championship when he played for Duke. Now with the Timberwolves back home in Minnesota. We'll see his brother playing in the NBA as well.
Nice ball movement to the wing. It's Culver. He hits a 3.
His stock is going up, Bob, just like yours. His stock is on a rise. Not like my stock's on the stock market. Just if it happened today. Oh, wow. Did I lose a lot of cash today?
You have a lot of cash to lose.
Charge.
And it's another offensive foul. That time, Norrance Odiasi was there to draw the offensive foul.
You know who would really like that watching on the tube if he's watching? Coach Knight. Chris Beard spoke so highly of his years under Coach Knight, learning as much as he could about how to play this game. He's still living in Lubbock, Bob. Look at the charge. Defense rotates over. You got to be under control. You can see they teach that. That's no accident right there.
That's the second foul on Reddish. So he's back on the bench.
He's struggling the last few games shooting the ball. He's a much better shooter than the numbers indicate in his last few games. A lot of Raider fans here, man. As Holly said, a lot of Raider fans. This kid's going to be special by the end of the year.
Culver. Out of bounds. Off the Blue Devils, 7 to shoot.
Well, as Holly said also, if he can make it here, he can make it anywhere. Here's where he can build a big name for himself, Mr. Culver. He's got like 28 more minutes to shock the nation.
Chris Beard said, even though he's only a sophomore, that the NBA scouts have had a lot of interest in Jarrett Culver since he was a freshman and first stepped on campus, but that time he lost it to Trey Jones.
He's a local kid from out of Lubbock, Texas. Started to stay home. It looks like it paid off in a great, great move, both for the university and for him. Doing a good job there, half-court defense. See, that's another example. Anticipating really well. This team plays good position defense. There's a reason they hold clubs the way they do. They play as a team. Nice backdoor cut.
Already. A little too much English on the reverse. Odiase sticks it back up and in.
Tough physicality right there around that basket. Odiase. He told me we're not going to be intimidated. They're out here fighting and scrapping, man.
R.J. Barrett lost his footing. Offensive foul called again.
A lot of emotion on that bench, a lot of jubilation. He's a little upset right here. The Hall of Famer on the other side, they're jumping with joy. Oh, look at that jubilation.
It's guns up at the Garden. The Red Raiders with their first lead.
Presented by SAP. Really lives at Walmart 366 on the 6th floor of SAP Madison Conference, outside section 162.
Texas Tech has charged back into the lead. They lead Duke 12-10, and for good reason. All 4 fouls that Duke has acquired were coming by offensive fouls for Texas Tech taking the charge. This is something that Chris Beard coaches. In fact, he has a player of the week that gets a little charge card. They get to put it in their wallet. I don't think they get to actually charge money on it, but it is a significance of we value people who take charges, and that's what's got them back in this ball game.
Absolutely, Holly, no question about it. They're like turnovers, man. They got to watch those lateral passes.
Trey Jones creates the turnover, and the finish by Alex O'Connell.
Turnovers have really hurt them. All the Duke's baskets, nothing their half-court offense or transition, it's off turnovers. Owen's got to give him a little offense on the inside. Like I said, he had 17 last year. St. John's beat Duke here. St. John's also beat Villanova last year.
Brandon Francis with a pretty floater.
Nice little play right there by Francis. He started his career off, played for Billy Donovan, played for the Gators. He's under control on that shot. Underrated players for Duke. Don't get a lot of publicity. The kids like O'Connell, White, DeLaurier, Bolden, those kids contribute.
Mid-range jumper off the mark from Trey Jones. Zion Williamson and Jared Culver both at the table. Set to check in next whistle.
Great pickup right here.
Reverses one.
Great pickup right there from South Dakota. He was like player of the year in the conference down in the Summit League. He also won the Lou Henson mid-major player of the year. He's just a really talented player.
Average close to 19 a game both his last 2 years at South Dakota. White from the corner. That comes up short.
Duke's having a tough time shooting the perimeter shot. Have not made one yet. 0 for 5 in the first half.
Edwards, just a little too strong.
Shot the ball a little too quickly though. I think they'll take a little time off that clock and try to shorten the game a little.
R.J. Barrett, in and out. Tyler Edwards the rebound. Looking for Mooney. Too much mustard on the pass. Well, Saturday, December 29th, it's not all about college football. ESPN2's got a hoops rivalry doubleheader for you. Davidson takes on number 9 North Carolina in Chapel Hill at noon. And then it's number 19 Kentucky taking on Louisville. You can catch both of those games always on the ESPN app as well, anywhere, anytime.
Tell you one thing, I had North Carolina the other day against Gonzaga. They were terrific.
Nice finish by Barrett.
He's terrific. He's a great driver, very aggressive, multi-skilled. I saw him play for Mount Vernon Academy. He's produced so many great players, including Ben Simmons and D'Angelo Russell, who's doing a great job with the Brooklyn Nets.
Kevin Boyle went down there to run that Montverde program after he was at St. Patrick's over in Elizabeth here in New Jersey when he had players like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist there.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving's not bad too. I've heard of him.
I think Coach Boyle's had a few great players in his time.
8 to shoot for Texas Tech.
Mike Krzyzewski, a very young 71, still very passionate about what he's doing.
Moretti's foul.
Nice little ball fake, got him 3 trips to the line.
Javin DeLaurier reached in.
You young kids out there, watch a little ball fake. See that right there? The ball fake brings the defense to him, and now he goes to the stripe. His dad was a big star in Italy. You ready? Paisan, man, eats a little rigatoni, a lot of linguine.
I thought Vital was Irish.
Well, after this game, I'm going for a little linguine, marinara, a little meatballs.
Moretti played for the under-16, under-18, and under-20 national teams for Italy, so he is a seasoned player with a lot of international experience. Throw in Tariq Owens and Matt Mooney, who both came aboard as grad transfers. Odiase is a 5th-year senior. This is an old team, and now jumping up at midcourt is Corprew, and he forces Barrett into a shuffle.
Well, Chris Barrett, Beard got Barrett to turn the ball over, went to a little 2-2-1 pressure, and it really changed the rhythm for Duke offensively, and he got the turnover. He's a really sharp rising star as a coach on that side. In his mid-40s. I gotta watch those floating passes. Duke has such great agility laterally. The pass is very dangerous.
Culver knocks down another.
Big time, big time. Start going up and up and up. You can see that bounce on the floor that he has. He believes in himself. He's got the little swag. Something you have, Robert, little swag.
It was 8-0 Duke to start. Barrett can't hit. DeLaurier on the offensive glass. And he'll go to the line to shoot the bonus.
He does a really good job attacking the glass, Laurier. That's one of his strengths. They're not happy about it. They thought they should have had that rebound. Is Barrett with the miss? Struggling shooting that three, but you got to keep him off the glass. It's an old-fashioned three coming up if he converts this. You know, you're talking about great this Duke team is, and obviously the potential, the talent is to have a phenomenal year. But I still like the team with Jay Williams, Boozer, Dunleavy, Duhan. I mean, that team was Battier. Don't forget Battier. I mean, that team was special. Nate James, my memory's taking me there. Casey Sanders. I mean, that was a special team that won the national title.
You think that was the best Duke team?
I don't know about the best, but certainly one of them, 2001. Pretty tough for me. I love the team with Leighton Hurley and certainly Grant Hill. I mean, those three guys were as unique and special as could be. It's one of my favorite teams of all time.
That foul on Corprew was the first Texas Tech foul of the game. And we're past the midway point of the first half. Another wild pass finds its way to Francis. He almost lost the dribble and then gets a little cute, goes behind the back. Now he'll drive it, kick to Culver in the corner. He knocks down another three.
Oh, what a game he's having. What a first half. The kid from Lubbock stays home. And now he's at the big place, the big house, the Mecca, the Garden. And he says, come on, I don't want to hear about Barrett and Williamson. What about me?
Trey Jones lost it.
What about me? Francis was an interesting story. He finally got a chance. He was with the ball. It was his last strike, really, basically, coming here to Texas Tech. And Coach Beard laid it out to him. So it's over if you don't make it here, man. He moved him into the dorms with all the kids, took him off campus, and he's really made something of himself here.
A takeaway by Trey Jones.
They live off that turnover, Duke, here tonight.
He attacks, gets shut down, and it's out of bounds off Francis. 7.5 to go in the first half. Texas Tech was down 8-0, but Jared Culver has powered them to the lead.
Well, Culver's been the star, man. Here he is with the trifecta. Mr. Culver, nothing but nylon, baby.
Fans, this is the moment you truly all been waiting for.
Chris Beard told us earlier today the first call he made 3 years ago when he got the head coaching job in Lubbock was to Jared Culver to try to get him to stay home and be a part of what he thinks can be a force in the Big 12. Well, he got the job done. Now, last year, with Keenan Evans and Zaire Smith kind of leading the way for an Elite Eight program, Jared Culver took a little bit of a back seat. As the freshman, he let the older players handle. He only averaged about 11 points per game last season, but Chris Beard said we saw the young makings of one of the best players in our league.
Well, he said he likes to have a six-man. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's a six-man, but he likes a guy coming off the bench. And last year he came off the bench and was so efficient and effective. You know, he told me before the game, Chris, I'm going to play this game 10 4-minute segments. Well, he lost the first 4 minutes, but he won the second 4 minutes. And he's trying to play right here. This is the thing that's been hurting him.
Trey Jones with the lob to Zion Williamson.
Up and away, Zion, baby. Zion, up and away. They got 10 of their points, right? Off turnovers. 10 of their points. I mean, that's 10 out of 19. Tough play to make.
Here comes Trey Jones again.
Wow. R.J. Barrett, good timeout. 12 points, baby. 12 points off turnovers. They got to reduce the turnover. So explosive. Look at the Duke faithful. There's Duke mania going on with this team. Oh.
And if it wasn't for the hands of Trey Jones creating those turnovers, Duke would be in quite a hole.
And then he knows where to throw the ball. Just flip it up on top. He's going to go get it. Look at that bounce off the floor. The round mountain rebound used to jump like that. Mr. Barkley can't jump like that now. I saw his body recently. He ain't jumping like that.
Not sure why you needed to go there. As Trey Jones
I love Jones.
Has 4 steals to go along with being the #1 assist-to-turnover ratio guard so far in the ACC before we get to conference play. But any numbers that Duke has put up so far this season, those numbers are real because they have already played, tonight included, 4 games against teams ranked in the top 12. No other team in America has played more than 3 games against opponents ranked in the top 15. So they have had an early ranked opponent test week after week, and it's what Mike Krzyzewski believes these young freshmen needed.
Well, you know, the Maui invitation, and then he opened the season with that incredible performance against Kentucky. And I think it really shook Kentucky up that we have not seen the real Kentucky yet. So I think that was a wake-up call for them. They were stunned on that blasting they took from Duke.
That's an air ball from the baseline right into the hands of Williamson from Francis.
Williamson can really handle the ball, too, for a big guy. He can handle that ball.
As his pass stolen by Culver. Diagonal to Moretti. That jumper off the heel. As Owens couldn't get it to go. And now Francis will recover.
Notice how the ball goes inside, comes always back out. It's the anticipation of the block shot. Since Duke is so effective in that area, so effective they lead the nation block shots.
Culver to Owens.
Nice play by Owens. He's going to have a big game. He had a big game, should have some confidence when he played against Duke last year with St. John's. By the way, Chris Mullen's club, they haven't played many people, but they've beaten everybody that's been in front of them. And Shamori Pons has been super, and that's great for the city here. Now they got to duplicate what they've done early in Big East competition.
R.J. Barrett. Nice box out underneath, seemingly so, for Jared Culver. But a foul is called by Mike Eads. That's the first on Culver. And this is something you can only see on ESPN+. Earn everything. That's the team motto for Duke basketball. And it is also the motto of an 8-part all-access series where you can follow Coach K, Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, and the rest as they got ready for the season. Start your free trial of ESPN Plus now and watch all 8 episodes. Williamson with the follow.
Somebody better get a body in front of him. He gets the clear lane to the goal. That's a freight train coming down that lane.
Corprew. Offensive foul.
Duke's defense really taking charge here in the last 2-3 minutes. Now watch this play right here. Watch Williamson right down the lane. Nobody blocks him out. I'm going to tell you, you talk about box office bonanza. Wherever he goes in the NBA, and there's some eyes smiling in New York saying, could we end up landing with him? Do you think he'll sell a few tickets here in the Big Apple?
Well, a guy by the name of Patrick Ewing. There's Steve Mills, one of the decision makers for the New York Knicks, taking in tonight's game. He has to be dreaming those same dreams, but Patrick Ewing, that's how far you have to go back to where the ping pong balls all went the Knicks' way. Would they go the Knicks' way this season, and could Madison Square Garden be the home of one of these two players? Doesn't necessarily have to be Zion Williamson. R.J. Barrett, I'm sure, would look pretty good in a Knicks uniform to fans here in the Big Apple as well.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think Zion's upside is unbelievable because I think he wants to be a player. They tell me his work ethic's unreal, great personality, attitude. He's got the whole package, and you can't teach the agility, and you can't teach that body he possesses.
As we continue to introduce Zion Williamson to the world, I was really flummoxed because people sometimes say his name Zion. So I went to the source. I went to his mom, Sharonda, to say, how do you say your son's name? She says she calls him Zion. He was named after Mount Zion, the famous mountain in Jerusalem. But he likes the name Zion. He likes it when the TV announcers get hyped up and call him Zion. So either way is fine, but I'm going to go with what mom calls him, which is Zion.
I'll tell you one thing, he likes Zion. I'm going to say Zion. There goes Zion to the goal. He gets fouled. Zion to the goal. Wow, Mount Zion. I'll tell you what, he looks like a mountain right there, Zion.
Well, his mom, Sharonda, ran track in college. His dad was a defensive end at NC State. His stepfather, a guard at Clemson that helped coach him to play basketball. So you get a track athlete mom, a defensive end dad, a stepdad who's a basketball coach. Put those three together and you've got this product at the free throw line that, you're right, looks to be about as sure a thing as you could have in a college basketball player.
Tell you one thing, there was a lot of broken hearts down at Clemson.
We were there last year.
We were there. Yeah, we were there just at the time. I believe he made the announcement that night or the next day.
We were calling Notre Dame Clemson on Clemson's campus. I went to a local watering hole after the game was over, and I was there with our producer, and we said, you know what would be great is when Zion puts the hat on and makes the announcement, if we tape the reaction of all the Clemson fans here in the restaurant. What kind of a reaction do you think we got when he put that
silent?
They were not happy.
Roy Williams was the last guy to visit with him on a home visit. He was broken-hearted as well. Finished number 2 in recruiting, doesn't count. Big possession. They got to get a score, quiet this down.
Odiase with a shot fake, and it's knocked out of bounds by Barrett. 5 to shoot.
Duke's defense is the reason that they're back in the game. Their defense has created offense for them here tonight.
Culver is going to have to put one up. He gets to the rim. Pulls the foul.
He is special.
Can't believe it.
He is special. He really is special. You can't teach the ability that he has right there attacking the basket. I am so impressed. He's better than advertised. Good fakes, sees the lane, hangs in the air, goes to the left hand. This kid can play. He can flat out play.
Well, Coach Beard said what he loves about Jarrett Culver is that he's really a student of the game. He watches more film than anybody he's ever coached. And he said the most important thing, he has a fine line between being a super humble, nice kid and a killer. He said that fine line is what makes him special. But more importantly, he gets a text after every single game from Culver's grandma. And he said, that's the one text I look forward to getting. She said, get on the kids a little harder after their last game.
Get on Grandma's good side. That's
Culver,
right.
We love it.
That's right. That's who you want as your audience. Offensive foul on Williamson.
Is that 3 or 2? It's 2 on Zion, right? 2.
Texas Tech's got a 2-point lead. Zion Williamson with 2 offensive fouls. Back and forth we go as Culver has been tremendous for Texas Tech. Zion hasn't been bad. Kevin, thanks very much. And to their point, 0 for 7 from 3 so far for Duke.
Yeah, all their points basically coming off dunks and centering turnovers. That's right. You got to take the ball with authority. Make sure you get a good shot. Jay was right about you got to make some threes to loosen up that defense. Maybe they ought to get Jay down here, put the Duke uniform on. He was not bad.
Foul call. That's on Williamson. That's his third.
That's Williamson's third. He's got to get him out of there.
Here comes Jack White.
I was surprised he was on the floor with the 2 with 3 minutes left.
It's a 1-and-1 for Tariq Owens as Zion Williamson bumped him just enough to knock him off balance. And Doug Sermons tagged him with his third.
He's excited to be home here, back in New York City. He's a graduate of St. John's, fifth-year player. Had a big game against Duke last year. We talked about it earlier. When they beat Duke here, he had 17 points, 4 rebounds. Played a vital part in that big, big win. St. John's was a Jekyll and Hyde team. They had some great wins last year and some questionable losses. Loves to go left. He loves to drive the ball to his left.
Reddish still can't knock a 3 down for the Blue Devils.
Well, Reddish has really been struggling shooting the ball his last few games. Patience usually leads to points. If you get patience and get a good shot.
Mooney lost it and just tapped it, and it will be traveling called. Terrific defense by Reddish and Duke.
Well, they rotated over really well, and boy, did they block those shots. Reddish in the last 3 games, 9 for 35, and he's got a reputation as a shooter. I mean, 9 for 35, man, that's just a little bit better, my math tells me, than 25%.
Jones with the left hand, gets it to go, plus the foul.
What a good player he is, good basketball IQ, dump the ball to the post, cut without the ball, give and go, the oldest player in basketball, scores with the left hand. Here it is, into the post, now he'll take his man, he runs his man right into that screen, and nobody rotates over, no communication. Got to get over quicker. Solid player. Plays in the shadow of those great names and those great talents.
Jack White, an offensive rebound off the miss. Barrett still can't knock down a 3, as Duke is now 0 for 9.
Smart, bring the ball back out. I try to get him one-on-one a little bit more. Isolate Culver, take advantage of his driving ability.
Mooney, tough pass for Odiase. Great save to Moretti.
Notice how they throw the ball back out all the time.
Moretti, too strong. Jones has the rebound.
They got to take advantage of Culver's driving ability. I think somebody better introduce him to the team.
Trey Jones can't finish. Here comes Moretti.
There's a little toughness about this team from Texas Tech. I think it reflects the mental toughness of their coach. Get it over to Culver, man. Get him some touches. Get him some touches.
Francis finds Odiase. The size advantage.
Oh, you got to score there.
Over Jones and then commits an offensive foul.
You got to score that, baby, inside. You can't miss that layup. Ball's going to go inside. They find Odiase. He's got himself a layup. A little bit too strong to the basket.
So both teams over the limit now, and that will put R.J. Barrett at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 at the other end.
That's really another trademark of Chris Beard's clubs. They don't foul a whole lot. They don't turn the ball over a great deal, but Duke forces you to turn it over. They really do with pressure. They got to isolate Culver. They got to make sure this kid gets isolated and use that driving ability he has.
Mooney has it knocked away. Another Texas Tech turnover.
Amazing, the turnovers.
Trey Jones with the left hand. After his own miss. And it's saved by Texas Tech.
Great hustle. A little shake right here.
Culver leans in.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Wave off the basket. Another turnover as Culver commits an offensive foul.
He made a great drive right there. But he got charged. He was up in the air. Defense rotated over. You saw his ability on that change of direction. I mean, that's talent.
Now, Texas Tech has not played any team the pedigree of Duke. Still in all, they average 11.5 turnovers per game. Dick, they've got 15 now in the first half.
Unbelievable.
And they've got a 1-point lead.
And I'll tell you this, the 11.5 is a deceiving stat. They've blown out a lot of people at the end of the games. They're playing different combinations. He told me really average with our regulars about 8 turnovers a game. Not here, they're going to a zone. They're going to a little zone right here. They're going to make Duke prove they can make that perimeter shot. They're due to make one, man. What if they're 0 for 8 now?
9. Barrett, mid-range, in and out. Boy, he has been ice cold here in the first half as well. 3 for 13 from the field.
I think psychologically it's really important that Texas Tech, after the way they played early in the first half, they got to go in the locker room with the lead.
Owens for 3. That's a break.
Not a shot you want. He's made 2 threes all year. I don't think you want that shot in that situation.
And Mike Krzyzewski wants to make sure about the final shot of the first half that it's a good one. I think he also wants to spend some quality time with Mike Eads.
Yeah, he's inviting him for a Christmas dinner. If you believe that, I want to sell you some real estate.
Bowl Mania rolls on Friday with 2 more games that could be shootouts. FIU takes on Toledo in the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl at 12:30 Eastern. And then it's Western Michigan BYU in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl on the blue turf. Both on ESPN and the ESPN app as Bowl Mania is underway. And there's the newest acquisition of the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Butler came up the turnpike to check out tonight's game.
Well, his team, Marquette's got a tough game tomorrow. Playing Buffalo. Buffalo's undefeated, one of the unbeaten teams in college basketball right now. And Buffalo's really played great this year. Beat Syracuse the other day. Lost to them 18 straight times and finally got them up at the Cutes.
Beat West Virginia on the road.
Yep.
In Morgantown as well.
You know, Duke's average right now, 93 points a game. They're 5th in the nation in scoring. 1 is Citadel, 2 Florida International. Then there's the Tar Heels, 3, Winthrop, and then Duke.
The only team that has had the lead at halftime against Duke this season was Gonzaga.
Stay in that zone.
Here's Barrett. In and out for 3 again.
Well, they're going to win the half. Texas Tech won the first half.
The lowest scoring half of the season for Duke.
Well, 28 points in the half. You can't ask for better than that. With the Chris Beard going to that locker room, could have been a lot better for them if they didn't turn it over as much as they did. But I think he's got to be very pleased that his kids have shown they can compete.
A 1-point game at halftime. Texas Tech with the lead. Time to head back to the studio. The halftime report with the guys. Here's Kevin Cox. been some iconic moments at the world's most famous arena here at Madison Square Garden. Just about set for the start of the second half of our game tonight. How about going back to Wilton Willis in the 70 finals, the fight of the century in 1971. The Rangers hoist the cup in 94. The greatest of all time said goodbye when Wayne Gretzky played his final game in 1999. One of the best all-time college basketball moments between UConn and Syracuse. The 6 overtime game. Jared Culver trying to create a moment of his own on Broadway. And Zion Williamson, welcome to the Big Apple. His first appearance at Madison Square Garden. Bob Wischusen, Dick Vitale, Holly Rowe will join us in just a moment. These two teams trying to author their own moment here on Broadway. And I'll tell you, that was a sloppy at times first half. At the same time, though, very competitive, and Texas Tech showed they came to play.
Well, you know, very competitive, very sloppy, a lot of turnovers. But the bottom line is Duke's got to make some shots. They shot so poorly and only down 1. On the other side, they got to reduce their turnovers, Texas Tech. And they're not looking for any moral victory here, man. They want to go back to Lubbock with the big W. You know what they did on Tuesday, though? They came in town. I thought it was great. Many of these kids had never been in a Big Apple. They came and they went to see Lion King.
15 first half turnovers for Texas Tech. They only average 11.5 per game. So Duke dialed it up defensively. Zion Williamson playing with 3 fouls. And a little sloppy to start off the second half for the Blue Devils.
Well, now good basketball IQ's got to set in. You got to attack Zion Williamson. You got to try to get that fourth on him. As you look at Mike Krzyzewski, Hall of Famer in every way. Does a great job with our V Foundation as well. Terrific leader. So I throw the ball where Zion is, and I would attack him off the bounce.
Mooney hoists a turnaround that's short.
Really a tough shot right there. Quality shots are really important if you want to beat a team like Duke.
Reddish, in and out. There's been a lid on the basket at times for Duke.
Well, Reddish has really struggled the last 3 years. He's like him in shooting 25%. He's much, much better than that. They're going to get some quality shots for Culver. Got Barrett playing him right now. Going to pump fake. This kid likes to pump fake and drive the ball.
Culver shovels one to Odiase. Gathers and hits.
Nice pass right there by Culver. Scoring around the basket. Very difficult to do because Duke really protects the rim exceptionally well. He likes to attack off the bounce, especially to his left.
Three on the way for Barrett. 0 for 11 now, shooting the 3 is Duke.
It's a little brick city right there. 0 for 11, man. Little cover, a little one-on-one right now with Barrett. You got 2 talented guys. A lateral pass is very tough against Duke. They got long arms, step in the passing lanes well. So he's going to attack off that bounce.
Matt Mooney to Odiase.
Little Hail Mary time. Little Hail Mary time. Upsets are built with those kind of shots. That leads to a lot of drama. Watch the ball go to the inside now. And there's the little fake. I mean, he hangs. There's the look by Mooney. Nice little conversion right there.
Second foul on Delorier.
Nice little start here to that. We always talk about the first 4 minutes are really big, especially to a team like Texas Tech now.
Reddish spins, lost it to Odiase. Here comes Culver. A little too strong with the left hand.
Change with the left, had himself the layup he wanted, didn't convert.
Barrett, no. Delorier with the follow.
There's Duke attacking the offensive board, so that's what Delorier does really well.
Reddish gets the steal and draws the foul.
It's amazing, what a 4-point turnaround. Should have had the layup down the other end. Culver, instead they get it right here. Look at the offensive rebound, bam. They really do that well. Block shots, get on the offensive glass. It really creates momentum, excitement. They'll have the Cameron crazies in a frenzy down here with some of their plays. I'll be there January 5th, can't wait. Get back to Cameron. They play Clemson.
I'll be with you.
You've been down there? Great. We'll have a lot of fun.
Did you look at the schedule?
I think we got them on the 12th, too.
This is all coming together.
Florida State. Florida State. Hey,
Now I'm excited.
people better think about Florida State and that ACC. We all hear about, Virginia, Carolina, and Duke. They better start thinking about the Knowles, man. They can play. They get Colford back now, too. I saw the other day played 2 or 3 minutes. I like the way Jones puts pressure on the ball.
Backdoor cut. And a finish by Kyler Edwards.
He did a great job putting pressure on the ball. Then he lost his man on a simple cut. A lot of guys play the ball tough, but once there's movement, they lose their people. And that was an example.
Reddish for 3. Still can't get the roll. 0 for 12 from behind the arc.
Still shooting the 3. I think they're going to attack more off the mounts, dude, with their athleticism. Reddish can attack off the mounts. Got to get in transition, get a layup or 2. Help your percentage psychologically.
Corprew. Yes.
Nice drive right there by Corprew. Nobody rotated over. Williamson, because of 3 fouls, just backed away. Smart move, attack. Oh, there's a little excitement right there. Chris Beard's club. Look at the Raider fans. They love it, Bob. Holy Bob, they love it. Christmas for the people that love it.
Chris Beard wanted his team to come to New York City and have some fun. They went to see the Lion King a couple of nights ago. And if you're in New York, you've got to get a good slice. And if you're a basketball player, you want to go visit Rucker Park as well.
These kids had a great time. Many of them never, ever been to the big city here. It's a big thrill. They're trying to make it an educational as well as a basketball game.
Well, they came to play, though. They have not forgotten the reason that they are here. Up 7 against Duke and not able to get the roll. Is Trey Jones a chance for Texas Tech to extend the lead?
See, right now, Williamson's playing on the left side. I would get the ball to his wing and drive the ball out. Oh, that's
lob intercepted by Zion Williamson.
Great anticipation. Made like a defensive back.
Jones can't finish, blocking foul. So Trey Jones will shoot 2.
That offensive opportunity now going to the free throw line created by Williamson's ability to read the pass, attack it, show that agility, mobility, hostility, and he's not fragile. Look at him come over. I mean, like a defensive back there. He gets the ball right out. His teammate gets fouled. Mr. Jones goes to the line.
You know, when Mike Krzyzewski and the Duke coaching staff came to recruit Trey Jones, who's now at the line, they knew it was basically a done deal, because when they went and recruited Tyus Jones, his older brother, Trey was 13. Trey took them on a walk through the house. And hanging on Trey Jones' bedroom walls were posters of all of the Duke National Championships. There's Mom taking the game in here as well. So I think they knew that they had Trey Jones locked up, and he'll lock up Texas Tech here with a steal and a lay-in.
He's done a great job stealing the ball. She loves it. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Chris Beard, I thought called a timeout, but it looks like we've got Mike Eads stopping the game with an official timeout to make sure that Davide Moretti is okay. He's shaken up, and he goes to the bench.
Really surprised that Texas Tech has not attacked Williamson at all. He has not been challenged at all in this half. And he's got those 3 fouls sitting on him. One thing that'll take away probably his shot blocking ability, because I don't think he's going to take chances in here like he would if he wasn't in foul trouble.
Culver spins. Doug Servants waves off the basket
wave it off.
and calls traveling.
He'll get away with that in the NBA. He's not getting away with it here. NBA, that was a great basket. Oh, he said, if I was in the NBA, then count that.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Espresso. Coffee that is a cup above is always worth the quest.
Bob Wischusen, Dick Vitale back at the Garden. I've already bought my ticket. The Dick Vitale Gala, that's in May. You'll be raffling off a a couple of cars, all to raise money for Kids with Cancer.
I got an announcement. We already sold out all the tickets on the first car, 1,500. We're starting tonight on the second car. In 3 weeks we'll be done. Just go to jimmyv.org/Vital Raffle 2019. jimmyv.org Vital Raffle 2019, or you can go to dickvitalonline.com. Get my new book as well, Mount Rushmore's. Every dollar will go from the book. If you want an autographed copy, go to dickvitalonline.com, get an autographed copy, and every dollar goes to kids battling cancer. I'm obsessed with that. I want to help kids.
Well, you raise a lot of money at your gala every year as well.
Well, 25.3 million. I want to hit 30 million. We got Dabo Sweeney. We got our own Holly Rowe. We got Lee Corso, Chris Fowler, Avery Johnson. We're going to be honored. And Dabo Sweeney may come in with the national championship trophy.
Williamson, shifted by Owens. Saved by Culver.
Tariq Owens with the great block shot. New York City, baby, home. You can do it in New York, you do it anywhere, says Tariq. Played for St. John's, the Red Storm. I'd like to see Culver get more touches.
Tyler Edwards to the corner. It's Owens. Yes.
You know what? He justifiably got that. He blocked the shot on the other end of Williamson, and then he gets the 15-foot jump shot. Must be a great feeling in your home, your friends, your family here. He's been a key player, Jones, for them here in this game.
R.J. Barrett throws it right to Matt Mooney.
Barrett's not had a great game. Not like a #1 player that he projects. Culver hasn't had any touches. He's being played by Williamson now. Why wouldn't you let him get the ball? Drive on Williamson. He should take him one-on-one right now. Should take him one.
Instead, he finds the cutter in Edwards. He banks it in.
Guess he made the right decision.
It's the largest lead for Texas Tech, up to 8.
Edwards off the bench with a nice cut without the ball. A lot of good things happen when you get motion on offense. Could we have upset City here in the Big Apple? A lot of time, 14 minutes. Wow, what a sellout crowd.
R.J. Barrett, offensive foul.
They have done a masterful job rotating in their defense, taking charge as Texas Tech. Mike Krzyzewski really concerned.
When we spoke to Mike Krzyzewski of Duke before the game, one of the things he talked about is their team is so young, as we said, 4 freshman starters, that in moments like this, first time in the Garden, you can see some of that poise slipping away. He said, we are playing against a much older team, and that's a great point right there. Tariq Owens is an older player, a senior, a graduate transfer, and they have been in moments like this. He's played in the Garden, and some of that older composure and poise of Texas Tech is really starting to show up. They are much more mature in this moment right now.
Tell you what, very good point by Holly right there. Very good point.
Tough shot from Culver.
Not a good shot right there by Culver.
Here comes Trey Jones. Leans in. Yes.
He's a big-time player, that kid. I told you earlier in the game, he's overshadowed by the greatness of guys like Williamson and Barrett. You got to be strong at the point guard to win national championships. He gives them that kind of leader.
Tyler Edwards, really tough shot.
That's a bad shot. Last 2 possessions, taking bad shots. You can't give Duke those kind of opportunities. This kid's usually poised with the ball.
Jones with the crossover. Gets it to go.
What a terrific job he is doing. He's got Duke in his game. His stars have not been able to shine here thus far, but he has stepped up his game. Charge.
Offensive foul drawn by Trey Jones.
Again, Jones, he's been the star of the night for Duke. He's been the star of the night for Duke. Did it right there defensively, did it offensively in the previous possession. And Mama says, I like him. Oh, that's my son. I love him. Here he is right now. Look at defensively. Beats him to the spot. And there's the offense using the free hand, making contact. Look at Jimmy Butler. So, yeah, he likes it. Wow, he didn't wear coats like that when he was at Marquette.
You could pull that off.
That bank account,
Zion
baby.
Williamson, that might be goaltending. They call that shot on the way up. The Duke bench believes that it should have been goaltending and an and one. Instead, they'll just get Culver for the foul.
He wants the basket. Let me tell you this. Take a look right here. Oh, I think they should have had it. I think they should have had it. I think they should have counted that.
It's the third on Culver.
Do you feel Uncle Mo starting to slide over to the Blue Devils? You feel little Uncle Mo going their way, and if it happens, it's because of Jones.
Checked at the foul on Odiase, and it's his third.
You have so many weapons that can hurt you when you look at the Duke team. I still believe they got a long way to go to catch that 2001 team with Dunleavy and Boozer, and a kid named Williams, who's not a bad player, was fair. Then Jay Williams.
I've heard of him. 2-point game. Culver for three. Buries it!
Why don't they get him more shots? Somebody tell me why he doesn't get more shots. He can drive the ball, he can shoot the ball, he can score in a variety of ways.
Williamson for three. That's an air ball.
Don't let him do that. That's an area he has to improve on. Go to the next level with the size he's going to face. They're going to back off until he can prove he can make that shot. Don't think they're not scouting him already. The players, they get a little vision. Please, and I don't want to hear the comparisons to LeBron, okay? I don't want to hear those comparisons. LeBron is in another world. When it's all said and done, you probably go down as the GOAT. I never thought I'd say that, as I love Michael Jordan.
That three's well short from Deshaun Corprew. O'Connell in transition. That won't go. The tip followed by White not there. Williamson rolls it off the rim. Zion Williamson tries again.
Look at his effort inside. Tenacious, the bounce off the floor.
What an atmosphere at the Garden. 11:44 to go.
Wow, it's so much fun sitting here, Robert.
or the box office to pick up your tickets.
struggling here at the Garden so far, and Zion Williamson, with all the eyes and all of the attention on him, it occurred to me that no one in America has gone through that except perhaps this young man, Trae Young, and all of the attention you received last year. What was that like for you, and what can you tell Zion and these other freshmen about how to manage all the expectations and hype?
Well, I mean, for me, what I went through last year, I know how Zion's feeling. For me, if I give any of them advice, it's just to continue to be who they are. I mean, they've done a great job. I mean, obviously, they're in a great position to be able to achieve their dreams one day, and just to live in the moment. I mean, being able to play at the highest level of college basketball is a dream come true. So they're doing a great job. I know Zion has had his attention for a long time, but he'll be all right.
All right, and lastly, I know that you're here supporting Texas Tech for a pretty good reason. Why?
It's Big 12 family. I mean, my dad went there, so no matter what happens all last year, they're always gonna be family because it's Big 12.
All right, well, thank you so much, and good words of wisdom for the youngsters, right?
Yep, always. Praying for them. God bless.
Thank you, Trae.
Over to Francis, looking to make like Trae Young. And Brandon Francis couldn't knock it down.
Big time rebound right there by Williamson. His bounce like a Spalding ball the way it bounces off the floor. Good ball movement
White
right
from the
there.
corner. Finally a three goes down for Duke. They are now 1 for 15.
Great reversal of the basketball to get the high percentage shot from the corner. They caught him. They were down 8. It's even. We set up the Mo's on their side. This guy can play defense.
Mooney
He can play defense.
lost the dribble
Jones
being
created
handed
that
by
turnover.
Jones. An 11-3 run for Duke.
What a defensive pressure on the ball right there by Jones. Get the ball away from him. Get the Texas Tech, get the ball away from him.
And then Williamson fumbles one out of bounds.
Somebody on Texas Tech better realize covers their star. And he better get more opportunities and get him the ball. He doesn't get enough opportunities. He's got to move a little bit more to want the ball. He can drive now. He sees that opening in the lane.
Floats one to Owens, and it's blocked by Williamson, and a foul called.
That's 4 now.
And that'll be number 4 on Zion Williamson.
They challenge him. Mike's got to get him out of the game, Coach Ken. 10:32 on the clock.
And here comes Javin DeLaurier as he will replace Williamson.
I'm going to say this. I really believe this. I think college basketball should look to go to 6 fouls. I'm going to tell you why. The court has not changed the landscape of the floor, 94 by 50. The players have become bigger, more agile, more physical. People come to New York, for example, here to see Zion Williamson play, not to see him sitting on the pine. And I really think 6 fouls would be the way they should go. That's just my feeling, my opinion. I respect those that disagree. And I think they should change that rule and start to look ahead. The players have changed and the court has not changed the size of the floor.
R.J. Barrett, he's been off tonight. That might get him going. He is now 4 of 17 from the field, but he gives Duke their first lead since they were on top 10-7.
He can score very quickly in bunches. He has that ability, his driving ability. Let's see right now how Texas Tech handles being behind.
Over short for 3. Odiase, offensive rebound. A 3 on the way from Francis. That won't go, and Barrett's got it.
Jones has given that momentum to do. His defensive pressure here, when they were down 8, has gotten him to where they're up 1 right now. The kid with the rock in his hands.
He's got Odiase caught on a switch. And throws up a brick. DeLaurier, though, keeps it alive. Didn't hit the rim. So the shot clock at 7.
Can't allow him to come back with that second opportunity.
Jones an offensive rebound. Barrett for 3. That won't go. Odiase's got it.
There are 3 opportunities there. Got on the offensive boards, didn't score. Got away with it, Texas Tech. They got to come up with a score right here. Quiet that little momentum that Duke has.
Culver picked up his dribble and forced one up.
Yeah, Boston should drive the ball.
A scramble for it. Duke's got it. R.J. Barrett. Euro step crossover.
Terrific driving. He's a great driver. It's getting a little danger time now. That momentum, look at Duke. A little ecstatic. They got their feeling now. Oh, Barrett showing why he's so highly rated. Transition, here he goes. Get the ball to RJ, baby, and there he goes. That left-hander, he slashes, he slides, he glides, and he scores.
Well, guys, Zion Williamson has gotten banged up in his game against Princeton. He had a couple of different things happen. One was when he went up to block this shot. Look what happens to his head. He actually hits it pretty good on the backboard. His tooth ends up going through his lower lip a little bit. He ended up losing that tooth. He's wearing an apparatus in his mouthpiece, and as we saw him go to the bench just now, I saw him kind of dabbing some blood and some stuff away from his mouth. So last games have been a little rough for Zion Williamson. They'll try to get that tooth fixed a little bit later, more permanently when they have a break.
Imagine being so athletic, you have to watch out because you might jump up and hit your head on the backboard.
Unbelievable. And he's such a beautiful guy. You sit and talk to him. He's just a great kid. So humble. You can see his family's done a terrific job with him. Great teammate. They said they love him as a teammate. They said it's like a love affair with he and Barrett. There's no danger of them being jealous of one another. They said they're just inseparable.
That's Dick Vitale on Bob Wischusen, Holly Rowe. At the world's most famous arena with us as well. Duke scored the first 8 points of the game. Texas Tech came back. They have led by as many as 8. And now Duke has answered to lead by 3. Here's the freshman, Kyler Edwards, off the bounce.
Nice little drive by Edwards off that floor bench. Nice drive to get him a deuce. They needed that basket badly. And he wants to drive left. See, they're good.
Moving screen. They're going to call Javin DeLaurier for his third.
Yeah, you're not allowed to move on that screen. You got to be stationary. He definitely moved.
That'll bring Cam Reddish back in. He'll replace Alex O'Connell.
Well, we have 9 unbeaten teams after tonight. Right now, we got Kansas, Virginia, Michigan, Texas Tech, Buffalo, Houston, Furman, St. John's are undefeated. Nevada, don't forget Nevada, they were undefeated as well. They may go and stay undefeated for a while.
Culver, NBA range. Yes!
Oh, why not? Go to him. I think he's showing the scouts a lot of talent here tonight. They get back on top.
Reddish off the curl. Can't answer. Matt Mooney ends up with the rebound. Here comes Edwards. Shoveled it.
Sloppy.
And gave
sloppy,
it away.
Sloppy.
Now it gets sloppy.
Oh,
It's Culver.
sloppy.
Wanted
Oh,
timeout. Instead
back
it's
it
Matt
out.
Mooney.
Back it out. Where'd it go, man? Slow it down. Bring the ball out. That's smart right there. Show some good basketball IQ. I think he can take him one-on-one right now. I think he can take him one-on-one. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You better listen to me. You better listen to me. I've been around this game about 90 years.
Trey Jones will back it out.
We're having fun, Robert.
R.J. Barrett's foul.
I don't think you have this much fun with the Jets games. Not like this. Not like this.
Not sure why you had to go there. How about Jared Culver? I think he heard you when you said go one-on-one.
One-on-one. I knew he had to take him one-on-one. He attacked, baby. He attacked. Give me the rock, he said. Give me the rock.
some kind of an atmosphere here at Madison Square Garden as Texas Tech has brought a really strong contingent of fans. This is not an easy place to get to from Lubbock. I'm not sure there are any places that are easy to get to from Lubbock, but there is a much bigger group of Red Raider fans here at the Garden than I think anyone would have imagined to watch this event game with Duke. And we've got a one-possession game. Bob Wischusen, Dick Vitale, and Holly Rowe with 7:13 to go.
19th thou, 18-1-2 in the house tonight. Sold out, standing room only. Here we are, going to go down the last 7 minutes. I think Mike's going to wait till the 5-minute mark to get Zion in.
He's got the 4 fouls, so he continues to sit.
Nice matchup out front. And Barrett playing cover.
Tariq Owens, no good.
Made a good drive, just didn't finish. Didn't finish.
R.J. Barrett, he is good.
He can finish. He can finish. He's got to utilize that a little bit more and get away from the jump shot. I think he's trying to prove to people he can make that perimeter shot. Forget about it. Not to prove anything to anybody. He can play. Tap. Do what you do best.
Matt Mooney has it knocked away by Deloria. Out of bounds off Deloria. And Deloria is hurt. And Tariq Owens is hurt.
Tariq Owens got really banged there. Very physical out there right now. Both these teams want it so badly. Got a lot of pride at stake here. You got the Big 12 hooking up with the ACC. Oh, look at that. That was a block, man. I don't think your Jets have hit somebody like that yet this year, have
Again, I'm not sure why that's necessary. Well, how about this? Zion Williamson coming back in, 6.5 minutes to go. A little ahead of schedule maybe for Mike Krzyzewski.
Well, you got a tight game here. Got to put his best on the floor coming down the stretch.
Working on his 5th double-double of the season.
Got to get to winning time soon.
Mooney cruises to the goal, and easy too.
You shouldn't get to the basket that easily. Nobody rotated over. You got to see ball, man. Mooney was a good pickup for them from South Dakota. Stabilized around the perimeter.
Trey Jones kicks one in the corner. White hits a 3.
He gets the 3, but what about the pass by Jones? The vision to find the open man. Knows where to get the ball. White is an improved player. Didn't come in with any big reputation. Has worked hard to get where he's at.
Culver tries to answer. Short. Here comes Zion Williamson.
Trying to get a little one-on-one right here with his size.
Spins, draws the foul.
He's got such great footwork, explodes.
Saturday, December 29. Might be a big college football day. It's also a good college basketball day. A pair of games on ESPN2. Davidson takes on number 9 North Carolina and Chapel Hill at noon. And then the Civil War between Kentucky and Louisville at 2 Eastern. You can watch both of those games, not only on ESPN2, but on the ESPN app as well from anywhere.
Always a great matchup when you see Kentucky-Louisville, one of the great rivalries in all of college basketball. A game that Kentucky really needs, too. They need that signature win. And here's Williamson at the free throw line, converts.
16 points, 12 rebounds for Zion Williamson. Speaking
Kevin Knox,
of Kentucky, there's the Knicks rookie, Kevin Knox.
People got to realize the kid just turned 19 this year. He's got to be patient with him. He's going to be a very good NBA player. Very good NBA player. He's got his buddy next to him, too, right?
Emmanuel Mudiay to his left. He's got the earbuds in, I'm sure, to listen to Dick Vitale.
It's a big possession right here. Big possession.
Culver. Too high off the backboard. White tries to rip it away. Held ball. It'll stay with the Red Raiders.
Big possession. Tide his turn. Duke with that 3-point lead. They were down 8 in this half. That's 11-point turnaround. Kid like White, it's great to see kids that weren't McDonald's All-Americans who just keep working and working and working and earn some valuable playing time.
They had to put the shot clock back down to 10. The ball did not hit the rim, so here's Culver, quick trigger. Tariq Owens after the rebound, but he's walled off by Jack White.
I love the poise in Jones on that perimeter. I really do. He has a good basketball IQ, a feel for the game.
And Reddish fouled by Mooney. That's Mooney's first. Texas Tech is over the limit, so it is a 1-and-1 for Cam Reddish.
Reddish has certainly struggled in his last few games, especially shooting the basketball. Very talented, was rated 3rd in America by Paul Biancardi. They got a great player coming in next year. They got another one-and-done guy coming in. Mr. Carey.
Duke's getting a great player next year?
Oh.
You're kidding.
They got the great player, Vernon Carey. Oh, he's a tremendous talent from out of Florida. He broke the hearts of people like Tom Izzo of Michigan State. A lot of people thought he was going to be a Spartan.
5-point lead for Duke. Under 5 to go.
Talk about a must possession. I really believe this is a must possession right here for Texas Tech. They got to quiet this run by Duke. Duke challenged him on every shot.
Tyler Edwards looks for Culver, backdoor.
Oh, you got to score that. You got to score that.
It'll stay with Texas Tech. And they have a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Whenever they catch the ball around the basket, they're always anticipating someone rotating over to block a shot. So it's not really an easy layup. May look like an easy layup. They can cover out for a moment. He'll be back shortly for a little breather.
Tyler Edwards fouled by White. Duke still with a couple of fouls to give.
A couple
as
to
they
give,
are up to 5.
Well, in a time that Duke needed the most, you see Jack White off the bench with some key leadership, great rebounding. You see him talking and directing these younger players. He was voted a team captain, and Coach Case said to us earlier today that they are trying to celebrate the role of the role player. He said every day we are praising the guys who know their role, stay in their lane, and perform at a high level. I think we're seeing that from Jack White in a crucial stretch for the Duke basketball team.
Well, you know, Holly, those are the difference makers. Those are the guys that take you to the winner's circle. Not just the stars. The role players got to contribute as well.
He said that's something he took from John Wooden. Celebrating the role player was always something John Wooden did. As Kyler Edwards hangs, can't hit, the follow won't go. Zion Williamson out of the pack with the loose ball.
Watch this.
He spins. Offensive foul.
He's out of the game.
Zion Williamson is done.
The spin. He stepped in on the spin. Offensive foul. That's big. Not only him going to the foul line, the fact that take the basket away, that could have been up 8. Could have been a 3-point play to fall the other way. I don't know about that one. What do you think, Robert? I don't know about that.
Dick Vitale's Mount Rushmores of college basketball on sold now. All proceeds go to the V Foundation to try and fight kids with cancer. And Dick Vitale, let's take a look at one of the chapters. You came up with the Mount Rushmore of one and dones. This was your foursome.
Pretty good foursome right there. Zion Williamson, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for Zion by the fact at the end of the year, hasn't even played a conference game yet, to see if he comes in over any of those four. Pretty tough. Durant, Carmelo was unbelievable when he did it. Syracuse, Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis. People, you want my book, an autographed copy, please go to dickvitaleonline.com and you can get an autographed copy, and all the money goes to the V Foundation for kids battling cancer. dickvitaleonline.com. Let's go now, 3:51 to go. They haven't scored for almost 3 minutes right now, Texas Tech. They got to put some points on the board.
Zion Williamson has fouled out, and you may have seen Duke was a +10 with Zion Williamson on the floor.
Culver just
-5 without, and they've got a 5-point lead as R.J. Barrett commits his third foul.
Culver just got fouled. Not a good foul right there. Stops the clock, you're up 5, puts him on the free throw line. He went out for a minute, Culver, to get a little breather. Maybe that helped him a little bit. The legs get a little fatigued, it affects your shot. That's a little questionable, that call. I thought on Zion, I really did.
24 for Culver. I thought it was a pretty good call.
You did? Well, let's debate that right now. But you got 2 eyes, you'll win the battle. It was close, it was very close, but they always are very close. He spun, could have been a little flop there. Oh, he almost had
got the
that.
steal.
He's Reddish now with Zion. He's got to step up.
R.J. Barrett, wide open Reddish. Yes!
Big three. Big three. Finally makes a big shot here. He's been struggling shooting that three. That's a big one. Give him a 6-point lead.
Mooney, tough fadeaway. The loose ball scrambled for, and it belongs to Duke.
That was a tough shot by Mooney. Reddish stepped up big for a big three. Man, he has been struggling shooting the ball. And right there, they spot him wide open. He gets the open look, and he says, I can shoot it. I just got to get on a little bit of roll. Look at a great teammate Zion is. The kids love him. He said he's all about winning. You know, other than the game they had with Gonzaga, this is their toughest game for Duke. Auburn was tough, though. Joe Auburn played tough. North Carolina State with a great win over Auburn.
Tough finish from Barrett.
Duke's got Mo now, baby. Is that their biggest lead? I think that's their biggest lead.
It matches their biggest lead. Culver looking to answer. No. Odiase on the offensive glass, kept it alive, and a foul called against Duke. That's going to be on Barrett. That's his 4th. So Culver will go back to the free throw line. Again, Williamson has already fouled out. And Mike Krzyzewski not pleased that R.J. Barrett now has 4. If Texas Tech could just get this game to overtime, just get it tied at the end of regulation,
well, you better convert on the free throw line.
Barrett and Williamson. One of 2 for Culver.
Timeout. Tell you, look at the Big 12 right now. Kansas certainly looks like the cream. Remember, they're playing right now without it as a boot camp, but they're going to be a force. They were picked preseason number 7 because they lost Evans, they lost Zaire Smith. Both guys now belong in the NBA organizations. You got Evans with the Pistons organization. You got Zaire coming off that surgery to his foot. Traded. Well, he was traded. He was drafted by Phoenix, traded to Philadelphia.
Over on ESPN after college football, it'll be SportsCenter coming up a little bit later on tonight. Zion's Garden debut. They will have highlights from our game right here at Madison Square Garden. Is it a giant slump? Well, Drew Brees has struggled a little bit recently. And how about Rick Pitino going overseas to return to coaching?
Well,
All that
let me
on
share a story
SportsCenter
here.
at 11:30 Eastern.
I talked to Rick a little bit earlier tonight. That is not a definite deal. Number one, he's meeting with his family tomorrow, and they're going to talk about it. It is not automatic that he's going. He's flattered and honored with the offer from out there in Athens. Kalatis is the star of that team, somebody that he knows a little bit about, played for Billy Donovan. And I don't think it's as automatic in talking to him today as many have reported. He wants to coach. There's no doubt he wants to coach. He misses the sideline.
7-point lead for Duke. Texas Tech. Chris Beard called that timeout. 2.5 minutes to go. Any surprise to you that he called that timeout? He's now out of timeouts. That was his last one.
Well, you know, really right now, he's got to get this team settled down. Right now, the whole momentum has gone the way of Duke. And that's what he's trying to do here. Tell him there's a lot of time left on the clock, but we got to get some stops, and we obviously got to make some scores. We got to get the right people. Taking some bad shots in the last few possessions, Holly.
And Holly Rowe is over by that Texas Tech huddle. Holly?
Well, Dick, you're absolutely right. The number one thing Chris Beard's talking about in the huddle is getting stops. He said if we get stops, we can extend this game. But he said more importantly, we have to score. And then he looked at his guys and very honestly said, I know it's going to be hard, but we've got to score. He talked to them about taking the ball into the basket hard and drawing fouls, trying to extend this any way they can.
You know, you look at Duke averaging 93 points a game. You can't ask more of your team. They've given up 65 here, and many of those were converted off turnovers, especially early in the game. So defensively, they've had the answer. Offensively, they've struggled a little bit. I think that Duke's has a little bit of an intimidation factor with their shot blocking ability. That's why they lead the nation. It makes people think we can't get to the rim. I think he's been the star tonight, Jones. Would you agree?
He changed the game with his defense, no question. Offensive foul before the white corner three. Oh, the Assay stayed home and drew a charge. Another charge taken by Texas Tech.
Wow. They are really pick up those charges, man. That's a big plus for your defense.
That's Reddish's third, and that is the 8th offensive foul on Duke.
But now they're going to fight. Oh, my God.
Reddish gets
Turn
the
it
steal.
over. Oh, what a poor play right there. You're not going to the winner's circle making those kind of plays. Now they're going to take some time off the clock. High percentage shot, make you come out and challenge them. Tough to play them one-on-one as well. He had his ball really well, but Barrett, for a guy 6'7", he wants to attack off that bounce.
5 to shoot. Reddish. A little too strong. Mooney has the rebound. A must possession now for Texas Tech, down 7. Mooney will attack the goal. Blocked! It's a jump ball and it goes to Duke.
Tremendous defensive play. I said earlier, and I really firmly believe, Duke's defense doesn't get enough of credit. They really do a solid job defensively for a young team, and I think it's going to get better and better defensively. It becomes contagious, man. You see one guy play, the second guy, the third, and they start communicating. They start believing. You feel it, you believe it, you dream it. I love that when I try to motivate and talk to people about that. That is so true of people that have passion and people that have been successful like you. You feel it, believe it to get to that microphone. Jump switch out front.
Trey Jones, 7 to shoot. Tough fadeaway. Off the front rim.
Been a lot of time off the clock, though. A lot of time.
From the corner. At 3 will not go for Francis. Under a minute to go, and now you probably have to foul if you're Texas Tech.
Yep.
And Mooney will do that in the backcourt on Reddish.
I think the one thing, no matter what the final score says, I think Texas Tech on a trip and journey back to Lubbock can get a lot of positives out of this game. A lot of positives.
Duke has made 11 straight free throws. Texas Tech has missed their last 8 shots. But up until about 2 minutes of game time or so to go, a moment ago, they went toe-to-toe with Duke all the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was that one spurt where Jones took over with his defense that took an 8-point deficit and turned it into a positive for Duke. When you get kids at that level, there's a reason they're rated as high as they are. I mean, it's no accident when you get kids that are in the top 12 in America. They got 4 of them, 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. That's a talented team.
Culver tied up by White. Now takeaway as Reddish leaves it for Barrett. Barrett blocked. A hit ahead to Mooney. Reddish back on D. Corprew blocked by White.
On a block shot. There's Duke with their block shots. There, Jack White certainly gives him a big plus off the bench. He really does. So does the kid O'Connell when he's on the floor. He's been a big plus for them, White. He really has. Holly talked about his work ethic, his role playing.
That's exactly what Coach K said. He is the consummate role player.
Yep, he is.
And he is part of a group that
There's gonna
leads college basketball in block shots per game.
There's going to be some great games in the ACC this year. North Carolina's scoring ability, getting up and down the floor. People can't take them lightly. They got a lot of weapons. Virginia controlling tempo. Great threesome on the perimeter with Jerome, Guy, and company, and Hunter. Florida State, certainly a very deep, talented, athletic team. Syracuse never easy. Going up there at the Dome, even though they got some losses early. White played really well for them here tonight.
8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals for White. Pretty good night.
I think Mike Krzyzewski's got to be pleased with the young team. Battling back, foul trouble, down 8 to a good team.
Culver can't draw iron.
The score differential does not really equate to how close this game was. None whatsoever. Mike Smiley, another W. Oh, he loves those W's. He loves 71 years old, and man, he's so young at heart. He loves it, loves it. People say, how long is he going to stay there? As long as he wants, and as long as he's in great shape like he is.
Texas Tech led 55-53 with 6 minutes to go, and then Duke turned it around with a 16-3 run. And Mike Krzyzewski, he has a lot of respect for Chris Beard and his program, and he knows how important this win was for his freshmen tonight here at the Garden. Zion Williamson fouled out, but he made an impact before he did. For Dick Vitale and Holly Rowe, I'm Bob Wischusen. Duke wins it 69-58. It's time for ESPN the Magazine, the 2018 Dominant 20.